Start with, over to you, Kanika ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, it's working.
Good afternoon, everyone. So we'll be deliberating on right choice of edtech product for school, and it's a request to all the panelists to not take more than 2 minutes, and I'll be asking one question each. And I was very happy to get this topic because am more keen on knowing edtech products, because when I think of edtech products, I can just think of two TV shows which I used to see when I was young, though I'm still young. So the shows were one, I Dream of Genie, and the second was Small Wonder. If you've known and if you've seen, the genie comes out and you give your wishes and the wishes come true. Or the Small Wonder, wherein this baby robot is there and she's helping everybody out. So let's see what is there in store for us today. So my first question is to Dr. Sanjay. Dr. Sanjay, my question is, what do you understand about edtech products in the field of education? Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Am I audible? I am Dr. Sanjay Choure. I founded Revnath Choure College of Groups in 2001 at the age of 24, and we are running colleges in Chinchbhuvan district of MP, Sivni in MP, and in Saoner in Nagpur district. So we are running junior college and a senior college in these places. So regarding this topic, what I understand from an edtech or the technology, through my experience, what I like to share is there are basic 4 pillars of this education system or our school education system. First, the parents who trust us and who send their children to us. They are the first key component. Second, the students who sometimes we call as a product too. And as earlier the earlier speakers had said that these are very raw, and जैसे उन्होंने कहा कि मटके को एक शेप देना, तो that is the second pillar, the students. Third pillar, who shapes them are teachers and principal. And fourth pillar, the management or owners or the trust and society. So all this educational technology revolves around these 4 pillars, or we can say that it's 4 wheels of a car. Without even a single wheel disturbs, the car cannot move ahead. So our educational technology depends on these 4 pillars. What we give to parents, like especially in this COVID era, in the last 2 years, we have seen that how the technology has evolved or how we have adopted. Already the technology was there, but how we adopted. So it was an advantage in this COVID era, I suppose. Most of us have used these technologies, and especially it was useful for the parents too, like from home only they could understand what the school and what the colleges are doing for them. Second, from the students' point of view, the technology helped a lot, especially from our point of view, as we are from the rural areas. It was very difficult to get a good teachers. We are from a budget school or budget college, so it was very difficult to get a good teachers. But this technology helped us to hire a very good teachers, a very quality teachers, not only from Nagpur but also from Mumbai, and also a few guest speakers from outside India. So that was how our technology helped us. Third, from the teachers' point of view, the technology helped us in various formats. Like I myself, I'm not a good drawing teacher. So whenever I used to teach something with illustrations or diagrams, it's very difficult for me to draw. And if I want to draw a fish, I would probably draw a cat. So this technology is really helping us as a teacher, in especially presenting diagrams or presenting 3D models or explaining various activities to students. And from the point of management, as I am a part of management too, as a founder, it helps me in keeping the records and helps me in keeping the track records, how the students are doing, how the parents are facing or inquiring any questions or anything, how teachers are doing with their, or how they are developing or nurturing the students. And also the most important part, the fund flow, how the money comes and how the money goes. So that's also been taken care by the education technology. So these are the 4 main pillars, I suppose, who should be involved in this education technology. And I suppose that the rest of the speakers would be speaking more. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I totally agree with you when you spoke about the 4 pillars and how they can support bringing, edtech products in school. My next question is to Vijayshree ma'am. Before I ask you the question and before you answer, you are requested to introduce yourself and then you can continue with the questions answer. So my question to you is, do you believe technology has become an essential part in the learning process? And how are EdTech products making classroom learning smarter? Over to you, ma'am. Please introduce yourself and then you can continue.
Thank you for the question. Good afternoon, all the delegates, and thanks to management of Time2Grow Media. First of all, I got the right question, and just I want to say that importance of technology. When lockdown on 19th March, lockdown began, the first question to our school's management or the principal was how we'll run the school. And really thanks to technology, because on that time, I think first in the Nagpur, some of the schools had the online classes, and really I'm thankful to all the technology, because then only we were all serious about technology. And all the online classes were run, and really first part I learned that technology is very important. And the second most...
How are EdTech products making classroom learning smarter?
Yes, because really every teacher can't carry all the things live. Okay, already all the principal and teachers know that when we are teaching all the books and all, technologies makes a job so easier. Because just now, specifically, Time2Grow books I have seen. Specifically, I am mentioning here, 2-3 days before, Ravi sir came in office, ma'am, please see the book. Really, in the 𝗙cie publications also I have seen, all the lessons are very easier, and technology I have seen in Time2Grow. Really, they have very, very nicely, they have explained all the topics, live topics are there, and all the technology I am telling, that all the topics are very live, we can explain it very well. Because all the things we can't come to the classroom and tell this and all, and really it is very good. Technology is a very essential part now. Thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. And I agree with you. I am also an old school, so technology makes me scared at times, but then our children teach us. So of course we need to keep changing with time. So my third question is to Rekha Nair ma'am. And my question is, what would be the criteria that you would set while making a choice for an EdTech product for your respective schools? Ma'am, kindly introduce yourself first and then you can move ahead.
Thank you so much. Respected Chief Speaker for the day, Mr. Abdullah Rashid, organizers of this event, and the galaxy of educators on the stage and off the dais as well. Good afternoon to all of you. Well, when I look at myself, when I was in school, the digital tool that we had was probably the abacus or the handheld calculators. Then 22 years back, when I started with the teaching career, that was the time when OHP was very popular, being science teachers, that was, and we used to feel very proud of using this OHP. Then in the last 10 years, what I'm seeing, there's a drastic change, and as the previous speaker said, the last 2 years has really taught us the importance of technology in our classroom teaching. So it's not only for the teaching purpose that we require, we need quick assessments, feedbacks, and number of things which are associated with it. But then this is the time of Google. Everything on fingertip, you get. Knowledge is available everywhere. So then comes the question of what exactly do we have to look? Though I won't say I am the right person to dictate everything, but a few things which as a head of the school, which I have noticed, and I feel that these things are required. One is relevance. Whatever EdTech tools that we are going to opt for, it should be relevant and it should go a little beyond the textbook. Then only it will be interesting for the students. The second point, it should be easy to use. Like people like me, like 2 years back, we were all technology challenged. I won't say we, at least I was. And just 10 years back, we learned how to send emails and we used to feel great about it. But today the scenario is different. Every year or every month, I should say, something is getting added up. Artificial intelligence, coding, and what was it? So many things. So it's very important that we take care of all these things. So easy to use, it should definitely be. The third thing, it should be customized because the needs are different. So that flexibility should be there so that we can fit into our needs. Then the next point would be our infrastructure. Keeping our infrastructure, the classroom structure, the school building, other things, it should fit into that. So these are the few of the points. Then it should be interactive because collaborative activities we need to have in our schools and classrooms. So these are few of the points which I feel must be taken care when we are selecting an EdTech tools.
Thank you, ma'am. I totally agree that when we are planning to go for some EdTech product, we need to go by the relevance and practicality of it. I totally agree with you, ma'am. So my next question is to Kumari ma'am. And the question is, what will motivate students to start using EdTech products? And how will it benefit the schooling experience from a larger perspective, ma'am? You can introduce yourself first, ma'am, and then you can go ahead.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Mrs. Kumari Karnaki from SS International School. The question which you asked me, ma'am, how the children will get motivated. Children will get motivated once they get the mobile. Okay, and here they are having they are getting the freedom, the content which they want to learn at the time. They are getting that time, they are getting that freedom that they can choose by themselves. So by this way they can become this self-discipline, and nowadays we have what I have observed being a teacher, that parents are very much educated, so children are lacking behind to take their self-decisions. So this will motivate children to take their small decisions, which will in future help them to become a good leader. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So I'm sure that, with your answer that our children will be looking at the technology and all these products as in the serial and the, that show called I Dream of Genie, wherein the genie comes out and fulfills all your wishes. So my next question is to Neema Jain ma'am, and my question is, why has it become impossible for any educational institute to not opt for EdTech products? Your take on it, ma'am. Please introduce yourself first.
Thank you. Very good afternoon to everyone. I'm Neema Jain. I'm a principal at Priyadarshini Nagpur Public School. Fortunate enough to be serving this industry from 22 years now. The question says why it is not important. Why the schools cannot run.
Yes.
Why the schools cannot run without technology. I think the answer is here right away in this hall. What I'm talking through is technology. What I'm visualizing through is technology. Everything, whatever we are going through over here is done by technology. So it is an integral part of everybody's life right now. Of course, coming up to schools, we've seen, anything, whatever. I'll just give you an example of a new dress if we buy. We are very excited to buy a new dress and wear it. But when it comes to technology or a new technology coming up and imbibing it in the school, everybody is, a no for it. First, we all think that it is a barrier. So it has been taken up as a barrier initially, but because the competition goes on and everybody had to take, so it started that way, long years, like ma'am said, 10 years ago. After 10 years and now the past 2 years, what we have gone through, we understood the importance of technology in the real world. Had we not got those online classes, had we not got those digital classes which we already had in our school, and we did not have that digital content which was available globally, so much so that we were not aware. Sometimes we also got to know that The content which is already available is far better than what knowledge our teachers have or we have as human beings. So, for the advancement of knowledge, I think technology is very, very important. For keeping up, I always think and I always tell that India is still said to be an ING country. I want to make this country as an ED country, a developed country, and it will only become a developed country when we pace up with the other countries what they are running up with. So, for doing that, we need to adapt technology as fast as possible. Today, right now, when we were scanning the QR code, we still have hassles. We still have hassles to just scan a QR code. So, wherein we talk about, trainings what CBSE is giving to all the teachers and we as principals are receiving it at our end. I also believe that there is a dire need of training for the teachers on the technology, because everybody must be using a different platform. That's not important. But how to use a simple mobile, that is taught by our children at our own houses, isn't it? So, I want to see a day where parents of my age, or maybe a little senior than me, say that I know my mobile and I don't need to, understand from a child. So, at this age level, there is a lot of gap. So, the teachers who are teaching in the classrooms are of this age, right? And the children who are learning are of the new era. They know technology far better than us. So to pace up with them also, we need to learn technology, which is very, very important. As we saw, we can see this board over here. It is full of technological assets which the country is going to get. There are various modules and various products which have come up to talk about technology to make life easier. But, of course, I know after WhatsApp, Facebook and Insta now, lives have become more difficult. Now the wives shout at their husbands for watching reels all the time. So, from the reels to the real life, I think technology is very, very important and it is an integral part of everybody's life. And I request everybody over here to take it, to welcome technology as much.
I spoke about Nokia, and that is the best example to know that we need to keep learning, be it our children, be it our friends, colleagues, or whoever. But we cannot deny the fact that we need the assistance of technology. Now to my next and the last question, and deliberately I kept it last for you, sir. It is for Harry, sir, because we heard you already, and I thought who better than you to answer this question. What support will it provide to English as a second language, and how suitable is the use of edtech products to the skills and interest of individual learners, sir?
First of all, I am already feeling elated, right? Because I am the service provider as far as technology is concerned, and all of you have done so much, you have said so much in favor of technology, that I feel like, okay, I am in the right area. So thanks all of you. But one thing which I want to mention is, like you mentioned, there are some problems, like sometimes QR code is not working, right? Or there are many other glitches. To a great extent, it is not the problem with technology. It is the problem with those who are either implementing it or who are new to use it. Okay, it's not a technology problem. And can you repeat your question about second language, right?
Yes, sir. It's about English as a second language. How would it support?
Sure. Now, first of all, we all need to understand why English is a second language, or why it should be a second language, because it's important to convey the importance of the subject, and then only we talk about that why do we do it, right? So now we all know that as far as computers are concerned, they interact with us humans in English, right? Most of the places, right? We do have vernacular languages, where you can have any local language which works there. But if we really want to have technology, everything there is already in English, right? So English is the default language for computer world, for technology today. So it is definitely going to help you. And but at the same time, I also want to mention one thing, like when you are learning English, your focus should not be only learning English, your focus should also be to understand how to use it. I'll give a very small example here. I was teaching the use of articles to my daughters, okay? I had my daughters, my brother's son. My brother's son is slightly elder to my daughter, and I said, Ananddeep is an intelligent boy. Ananddeep is the name of my nephew. So my daughter said, no, Papa, you are wrong. I said, like, I have done so much hard work, and you are saying it is wrong. No, beta, always you use an with intelligent. So Ananddeep is an intelligent boy. But my daughter said, no, Papa, grammatically it is correct, but Ananddeep is not intelligent. So, and I'm talking about the daughter who was like, I think 7-8 years old. And this is what I'm trying to say, that when you learn something, don't just remember or just try to, ratna ek word humne suna hoga, right? So don't do that. Understand the meaning of it and understand how to apply that. So I was so damn happy with that she is not only learning English, but she is ready to use it in the real life also. So technology by default is in English, and it's going to, of course, help you having it as a second language. And for my introduction, so I think I've come from the northern part of India, Delhi, and I really like Nagpur. Whomsoever I have met here has given the same statement. It's a comparatively small state, but it's very peaceful. And I have been to the local transport, just use the local transport to understand like how people travel here, how people talk. I've seen families traveling in the metro. They were so happy, and we were saying, wow, yaar, bachche kitne khush hain. So I'm just sharing my experience with that also. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the inputs. And when you spoke about Nagpur, Nagpur people have very warm hearts, and the reason is we have 3 seasons in Nagpur, hot, hotter and hottest. So yes. So thanks to all the panelists, and your inputs were great, and of course we all have learned from each other. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I just want to call upon Mr. Lalit Kumar Sharma, founder, CEO, Ankit Code. Please come on the dais to do the honors. I'd request you to give a moment to respected Kanika ma'am, ambassador. Please, sir. Now I'd like to request Dr. Sanjay Revnath to please take the honors. Now I would like to call upon Vijayshree Thombre ma'am.
May I just request everyone to, if you want to clap so that we can hear it. It's a good exercise for your hands.
Dr. Divya Vasim ma'am. Rekha Nair ma'am. Singh sir. Neema ma'am. Rajkumari ma'am.